Hey, what is happening, Impact Wrestling fans? So, there was a piece of information that managed to bother me, and that was the inspiration into making this video. Obviously, the topic of the video is the weaponization of negative Impact Wrestling news. And obviously, the news that I'm gonna be covering and give you good example is the news that AJ Styles left TNA Impact Wrestling in 2013 and how that news became a yearly weapon to hit on Impact Wrestling. So, obviously, that news was first reported at late 2013. And by the way, everything that I'm gonna be talking about is gonna be in the description box below. So, late 2013. Obviously, he was living Impact Wrestling, so it is perfectly okay to report on that. Then came in 2014, and AJ talked with Dave Meltzer, and he did his show, and they talk about how much of a pay cut he was gonna get straight out of the horse's mouth in 2014. Then in 2015, AJ Styles did the show with Jim Ross. And obviously, they talk about the pay cut, and that was the main reason why he left Impact Wrestling. Then in 2016, AJ Styles once again went and did the Stone Cold podcast, and they talk about the same old stuff. Then, have you seen a pattern over here? I might not seeing it, right? Then in 2017, AJ Styles went and did the podcast with Edge and Kristen, and they talk about the same thing in the pay cut and leaving Impact Wrestling. And then this year, just a couple of days before, there was another weaponized piece of news that was rolling around in the internet on why AJ left Impact Wrestling, and it was a repeat of the same stuff that it was said 5 years ago. Obviously, you're using that piece of information as a weapon. You don't have to be a genius to figure that whole thing out. And you know what is the most hilarious thing about this news? That actually, when AJ left TNA to join WWE, he was only offered 60K. So obviously, the pay cut that TNA was offering him was a lot better than what actually WWE was offering him. But I guess that is not a good weapon to use against any wrestling promotion that you may want to beat it with. So that's it for me. Thank you a lot for listening, and I will see you next time.